In today's video, we're diving into a side of Ryan Gravenberch that few people are talking about.
The raw power is technically incredibly good. The first touch is insane. The speed up is top class.
But what impressed me most when I started working with him, how much he can run, and then how good he is when he arrives in the duel.
But he looked a bit powder puff to me, and yet nothing could be further from the truth. The guy is tough as boots.
After a shaky start at Liverpool, Gravenberch has undergone a transformation that's left fans and pundits in awe. What seemed like a risky last-minute signing has turned into one of the most surprising success stories of the season. But there's something deeper going on here. A scary truth about his sudden rise that's flying under the radar. So, let's break down what's really happening with Gravenberch and why his evolution could change everything for Liverpool. It might seem like Gravenberch came out of nowhere, but at one point he was the most highly sought-after midfielder in the world. He started his career at Ajax. Gravenberch joined the Ajax Youth Academy at just 8 years old, and a decade later he's beginning to blossom into the player they always believed he could be, as he received the Abdelhak Nouri Trophy, which is given to the best talent of the academy, showcasing such exceptional skill that he surpassed Seedorf's record to become the youngest player in Ajax history to compete in the Eredivisie at 16 years and 130 days. Now, under the guidance of Arne Slot, Gravenberch is finally realizing that potential, and it's scary to think how much better he could become. Let's be honest. Although his skills were evident early on, his time at Bayern Munich and initial season at Liverpool cast doubts on his abilities. Fortunately, he's now demonstrating that he's anything but that.
I think coming from the Netherlands, we all know how good he is with the ball. So he can be a really important player for our build-up game.
The Dutch are famous for producing the best central midfielders in the world, from Ruud Gullit to Rijkaard to Seedorf. If you want a top-class midfielder who is physical beast, with great technical ability, you go to the Netherlands. We've been witnessing a completely transformed Ryan Gravenberch under Arne Slot, and it's been nothing short of jaw-dropping. When Liverpool brought him in during the 2023 summer transfer window, he wasn't their top target. In fact, far from it. The club initially had their eyes set on Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, and even hoped for Jude Bellingham to join them that same summer. However, after being turned down by all three, they settled for Gravenberch at the last minute. In his debut season with the club, it was evident why he wasn't their first choice. He simply didn't shine. And it was clear that Klopp didn't fully trust him. Even when he did get minutes on the pitch, his performances were far from convincing. His lackluster form wasn't a shock either, considering he didn't play a single minute for the Netherlands in the Euros. In fact, some were surprised he even made the squad. Fast forward to the 2024-25 season, and Gravenberch seems like a completely different player. He's been in such remarkable form that it's hard to believe he's the same guy who struggled so much the previous year. And here's the thing, his resurgence reveals something really intriguing about Gravenberch that most people are overlooking. While it's possible that Gravenberch put in work during the offseason, luck played a significant role in Liverpool witnessing this revitalized version of him. Liverpool's primary target for the summer was to secure a new defensive midfielder. Despite attempts to sign Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad, he turned them down, leaving Liverpool empty-handed until the transfer window shut. Arne Slot had to come up with a solution. That's when he made a bold move, shifting Gravenberch into a deeper defensive midfield role. And this seemingly simple decision has unlocked a completely new side of the player. In this position, Gravenberch has found a level of confidence that has completely transformed his game. Now we're seeing him excel in passing, both short and long range, carrying the ball up the field, winning tackles, and even dribbling past opponents. He completely dominated the midfield during Liverpool's clash with Manchester United, showing just how much he has grown. He won 7 duels, made 4 interceptions, and successfully completed 84% of his passes, demonstrating a notable presence further up the pitch by creating the Trent goal, which was unfortunately disallowed for offside. While his performance may have been overshadowed by the attacking stars, anyone who watched this game, as well as his other matches this season, would recognize that the Dutchman is steadily becoming one of the top midfielders in the world.
Bradley coming in with a volley, and a goal! Ryan Gravenberch gets his goal!
His start of the season has been unbelievable. Like, you don't give any awards out on the 18th of September for player of the season, but if you were doing, it probably would be Ryan Gravenberch.
But what impressed me most when I started working with him, how much he can run, and then how good he is when he arrives in the duel and arriving in the duel. So that is the one thing that impressed me most about him, how good he also is without the ball.
It feels like Gravenberch has finally hit his stride, and we might be witnessing the rise of a player who could be as influential as Yaya Touré was in his prime. Ryan Gravenberch's recent performances are starting to make fans believe that Liverpool may have found their long-awaited replacement for Steven Gerrard. Gerrard's legacy at Anfield is massive, and filling his shoes is no small feat, but Gravenberch, at just 22 years old, is showing flashes of brilliance that could shape him into one of the Premier League's finest all-around midfielders. His versatility is a big asset, whether playing as a central midfielder or in a more defensive role. He's proving he can handle both with ease. What's exciting is that if Gravenberch can refine his ability to score goals and master long-range shooting, while also sharpening his creative play, he could very well be on track to becoming Liverpool's next Stevie G. But what's interesting about his development is that he's also starting to show similarities to another midfield powerhouse, Paul Pogba. The way Gravenberch moves the ball and delivers those silky passes brings to mind prime Pogba. And while Pogba's Premier League career had its ups and downs, there's no denying the raw talent. Gravenberch might not have Pogba's exact skill set, but he could very well surpass him when it comes to club success. Some might find this hard to believe, but Gravenberch could even prove more valuable to Liverpool than Fabinho was. Under Klopp, Fabinho's role was clear-cut: break up opposition attacks, win the ball, and pass it forward to start the counter. But Gravenberch offers more than that. He doesn't just stop attacks, he drives the ball forward himself, easing the burden on the forwards and adding a new layer of dynamism to Liverpool's play. Fabinho rarely pushed into the final third like that, but you know who did? Yaya Touré. Gravenberch's style on the field, in fact, reminds many of legends like Yaya and Patrick Vieira. These midfield giants were dominating forces, and while it may sound bold to compare Gravenberch to them or even Gerrard, his performances in the early 2024-25 season suggest he could become a Premier League great in his own right. What's more, Gravenberch already has the advantage of playing for one of the biggest clubs in the league, and with his current trajectory, he could be a cornerstone for Liverpool for years to come. What makes this story even more fascinating is how Ajax fans are probably smiling at all the praise. After all, they've known about his potential since he was a kid. When we draw comparisons between Gravenberch and football legends, it's not just based on a few standout games this season. It's a reflection of the type of player he's been throughout his career. But don't worry, there's still time to jump on the bandwagon, or should we say the rocket ship, as he's shooting for the stars. What do you think? Is Ryan Gravenberch really that talented, or do you believe the football world is getting swept away by just a temporary phase of brilliance? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now!